Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Welcome to this week's Sunday Stock Talk. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's live stream, we are going to be talking about trades. We're going to be talking about stocks with opportunity, top 5 stocks that I'm looking at for this week for plays. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. We're also going to be doing a little trade recap on the trade that we took earlier last week. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe, man. If you want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's absolutely fantastic. And you guys can get 50% off by using code LEARN. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat. But more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. We teach you how to build that strategy, how to build that approach. So check it out down below. And the sponsor of this video is Moomoo, which is the broker I've been using for years. And I would never recommend a product that I don't use. So I use it. I use it because it's actually the best broker. So there's a link to that down below as well. You guys can get up to 60 free stocks, literally 60, just by signing up. So click that link, sign up. And let's jump into this here. So, all right, stocks that we're holding here. Well, you guys know, for those of you that have been following the channel for a minute, we're in on positions on Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway. We took a small little trade here on the push up on that breakout here. We're also in a little position with Google. But for the swing trade of the week here, we took a trade on RDN. Now, before I ever place a trade, it's very important to look and have some sort of trend line or checklist or approach. So for me here, this stock here, one of the first things I noticed was trends. You guys can see that it just had heavy support here on that trend line. It hit it several times, establishing good buying pressure. We also noticed that the RSI here, let's go ahead and remove the MACD, was trading for a 32, which last time it was trading for a 32 was back in this range, and we saw a good move. So now here, as we look at it more closely, we see that this stock here started to break out. Let's go ahead and remove that. So you guys can see it was kind of just forming just this general downward trend like this. It popped up. So we got in on that push where it was above those moving average lines, keeping our stop loss, below, about 1975 for a push up, higher. And it worked out very, very well. The stock is now moving its way up, doing really, really well. And it is kind of forming this nice little trend line, kind of something like that here, which is good to know. Good to know, good to see. But yeah, great trade on this one here. Now we got MAGs, we got Meta we're holding. And these were all just positions that we took because the general market sold off so much during all the fear with tariffs. And we took opportunity on that, right? We averaged in like crazy and it paid off huge. And with Visa, Vu, all those, very, very similar approach here. So opportunity-wise, when it comes with opportunity, you have to ask yourself, what's the approach, right? Are you looking to day trade this or swing trade it? So for me, there's a couple on here that are more for day trades, and some of them are going to be Tesla. I love to day trade Tesla, and one of the main reasons here is because it has really hard trend lines, and you guys can see it also really likes to use the moving average lines as resistance. So it hits it, selling pressure, hits it again, and it's been kind of selling off. So, definitely worth keeping on watch here is Tesla. You guys can see the trend and the moving average lines as resistance there. So definitely worth for me adding and always keeping it on watch here. Then we got SPY for the very similar approach for just day trades, really. Nothing too crazy, honestly. And yeah, that one worked out well. You guys can see the nice breakout there, rallied its way up, worked out well. All right, now swing trades here for PPAY here, which is this company, I believe, does like payroll for large corporations. But while I was looking at it, we have that good upward trend, sold off from 161 all the way to 143. So that sell-off here in general, let's go ahead and that was a sell-off of about 14%. Now, we also noticed this here where it gapped down. So we could be seeing a gap to fill where it breaks above the 145, rallies its way up, as well as, it is starting to get some decent buying pressure going up like that. So the new trends there, but for me to really be interested, we would want to break out of like 149 there. Then we got OGS here. OGS here. Let's go ahead and show you guys why it's on watch here. So this one here has that good trend line here. Hits this trend several times, establishing good buying pressure here. Hits it, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. Has heavy support on that 200-day moving average line. So that red line there hits it several times here. So now one of the things that we did is we noticed it was just forming that general downward trend. So we threw an alert. We're going to make sure the alert is set above that. At above 74 for a push up would be a nice breakout there. We got LARK here, sold off like crazy from 30 to 24. Looking at that lower time frame here, like that hourly, you guys can see it's starting to form just this nice and steady upward trend. Good sell-off historically brings good opportunities, so definitely worth keeping on watch. We got Goosehead Insurance, which is a insurance provider. This one here, looking at the daily time frame, good trend, but went from pretty much that 127 to $100. And you guys can see it has just that general downward trend there. And we do have a little bit of actually a short-term trend like that. So we could see a move going a little bit higher if it pushes above the 11 to 127 area, which definitely is looking actually relatively promising here. We got DXPE. DXPE here, this one, the move kind of already happened. A lot of guys in the team took a trade on this. Great breakout, great approach here, rallying up like crazy. You guys can see they're up over 12% right now from that breakout point, which is important. This was one of the stocks last week that we added. So guys, if you guys are new to the team, check out our school, code LEARN, 50% off. So check it out. We got CRH here. CRH, you guys can see just that general downward trend on this one. It's starting to get that breakout point. I would say the breakout point is probably around, 92, maybe a little higher. But looking at this, good trends, sold off, and so now, right, it's kind of something like that, I would say. So above these moving average lines at 93. We got CRESY. Good heavy support here on that 200-day moving average line. One of the reasons I like this, because we do have something like this here, which is a little interesting. We got that. And then we also kind of have something like that, right? So definitely worth keeping on watch here so you guys can see the heavy support there. So could see a move from like 10 to 13. We got CME, another great move that's moving its way up relatively good this week, rallying on that hourly trend. Are these for day trades? Some of them are for day trades, like Tesla SPY. For me, when it comes to day trades, if you feel confident in a trend or breakout on like a short-term screenshot in the watch list for the Discord, yes, it should be already in the Discord. It should be already in there under trade ideas. So we got right here, we got the holdings for the week, and then we got the opportunities. So these were all the plays for this week here. So that should be in there. It should be in there. But a lot of them, maybe next week, what we'll do is we'll start separating them from day trades to swing trades. Because, for swing trades, obviously there's a certain criteria, and for day trading, there's a certain criteria. So that's a good idea for me to separate them so I can just screenshot, day trade opportunities and all that. But then we got BRX here, kind of rallying its way up a little bit. You guys can see that daily time frame starting to break out a little bit. Not too bad. Good upward, good little upward trend there. So we could see a move from like 26 to 30. Then we got ACR. ACR, we've traded in the past. And you guys can see, good upward trend, obviously hitting that nice 200-day moving average line. But looking at this here, you guys can see that for it to be like a breakout, we would want like a push above 1810. So in that range right there. So that's kind of the approach that I have honestly this week. Nothing too crazy. We're keeping it simple. And yeah, holding category opportunity, and we're just going to let this thing ride. And yeah, that's kind of the approach, guys, for the week. And, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, so far so good. And yeah, that's all of them. Trying to think if I thought of any. Yeah, that's it, guys. So, other than that, though, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it for our Sunday Stock Talk. Our goal is to go live every single Sunday. Just later in the evening, no set time, but yeah. So, hope you guys all enjoyed it. Smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys